Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dungeon Learner's Guide. We're doing something a little bit different today. We haven't done any openings on the channel in quite a while, so I figured we would take a look at some stuff that I just picked up recently. A Dominaria United draft pack, which was a gift from my parents a little bit late for coming in from Christmas. And then a Ravnica Remastered pack that I picked up because I had to do some shopping and I saw it and I figured, why not? Haven't opened any magic stuff in quite a while, so figured we'd open these up, just kind of see what we get. And then down in the comments, if there's any cards you would like to see built around for the channel that we open in here, please let me know, because that is always a fun thing to do. So I think we'll set this one aside. We'll start with Dominaria, since it was not the most recent, but the opposite of the most recent. And I'll try to keep the actual opening away from the camera and the microphone as best as I can. Like I said, I'm not super used to opening things on the channel anymore, so let's see. Oh my goodness, they are really trapped in there. And I know that they are draft packs and they are meant for drafting, but most of the product that I actually buy is either for draft or for sealed, so I figured I could at least open something, right? Maybe if I can actually get this thing open. Holy cow. There we go. On the bright side, at least they're in there nice and safely protected. So that is Dominaria. So we got 3 of them. We're going to see how we do. We'll take a look at what's inside each of them. And again, I'm going to try to keep it away from the camera as much as possible. So our first one, we got a Deathbloom Gardener. We got a Molten Monstrosity. Extinguish the Light. Pixie Illusionist. Clockwork Drawbridge. These are like slightly off in terms of printing. You see that? Pixie Illusionist got a lot of black up top, and then the Clockwork is the exact opposite down at the bottom. Interesting. Vine Shaper Prodigy. Destroy Evil. Phyrexian Espionage. Contaminated Aquifer. Flowstone Infusion. Okay, now we're in the uncommons. We got a Braids' Frightful Return, Joda's Codex, Vohar, Vodalian Desecrator, which is pretty good. And then our rare is a Defiler of Faith. And we got a Plains with fancy plains and a little ad card. So very cool. We'll set the rares and the fancy lands aside. Put those a little lower so we can actually see them on camera there. So I haven't actually played the white Defiler. I've played the blue, I want to say the red, and then definitely the green one quite a bit. But not the actual white one. I don't know how good it is, but making tokens is never a bad thing. So, alright, next up. Banalish Faithbonder, Barkweave Crusher, Coalition Warbrute, Battlefly Swarm, Timely Interference, Juniper Order Rootweaver, Argivian, I think, Cavalier, Sunlit Marsh, a Bog Badger, always good to get some badgers, Crystal Grotto, Djinn of the Fountain, Strength of the Coalition, ooh, a fancy Bortuk Bone Rattle, very cool. Oh, and then our rare, we'll set the fancy aside, shall we? Is a Leyline Binding, which is very good. Then we have an island and a bird token. So Leyline Binding, I have had this kick my butt in Pioneer quite a few times. Very strong card, even all the way back to Modern. I'm not sure about Legacy. I don't keep up on Legacy, I'll be perfectly honest with you. But very cool to have. I don't think I have any decks that I would automatically throw that into. Yeah, nothing I can think of off the top of my head. So, still very good, but that might wind up being something that we trade for something else that we could use. Alright, and then our last Dominaria pack, we got a Griffin Protector, Yavimaya Sojourner, Goblin Picker, Urborg Repossession, Talarian Terror, another Destroy Evil, an Eerie Soul Tender, Citizen's Arrest, Phyrexian Rager, also a very good card to have, just kind of in quantity. a Walking Bulwark, Love Song of Night and Day. Now, I don't know if people pay close enough attention on the channel, but white is my favorite color. And the card draw ability that they've been getting lately is phenomenal. Being able to have Love Song of Night and Day to draw 2 cards, and yeah, an opponent draws 2 cards, but it's usually worth it considering you can kind of make a friend as you go, so that is awesome. Night of Dawn's Light, and then our rare is an Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief, which I, again, have kind of gotten my butt kicked by this a couple of times. I've never seen a commander deck for it, so I'd be kind of interested to see how that goes in Commander. Oh, and then we also have a foil Phyrexian Warhorse. I don't know how well the foil shows up on camera. Looks like it's not too bad, but very cool. And then we have a mountain and another bird. Got the same token twice. Oh boy, I don't know where to put the foils. I guess we'll put them right next to everything else. All right. So that is Dominaria. I think, obviously, the Leyline Binding, a pretty big hit. Not a Sheoldred, which is probably the best card you can get from that set. Alright, we're going to do Ravnica Remastered. So this is where I get to admit I have not actually opened any Ravnica Remastered. This is the first... Oh my goodness, this is also a pain in the butt to open. This is the first Ravnica Remastered that I am going to be opening. So I kind of know what's in the set, but I don't know a ton of specifics. I don't know what we're really looking to get. I think what we're really looking to get is just get this packaging open. Holy cow. Alright, there we go. Boy, these things are sealed in there, which I suppose is a good thing. Alright, so we got 3 Ravnica Remastered. And you can automatically tell the difference, actually, between the packs, too. They are much better quality for some reason. I'm not sure why exactly that is. But alright, let's see. So Ravnica Remastered, like I said, I haven't opened any of this. We're gonna see how it goes. And it looks like these might be the reverse packs. So I think we have the rare actually up front. And I don't... Let's see, we're gonna play the game of... Can I open it from the back without losing my mind? Alright, so we've got... Yeah, I was right. So Rubble Belt Maka. We got an Undercity's Embrace. We got Sewer Shambler. An Arrester's Zeal. A Quench, which I love Quench. Quench is great. Faith's Fetters, also very good. I guess I didn't realize that this was a common. I don't know if this has always been a common or if this is a recent downgrade, but very cool. Vernati Shieldmate. A Forced Adaptation. Oops. An Experiment 1, which is perfect. Love this card. This card is super good. And so we're in the uncommons now. We got a Cerulean Sphinx. We got Eyes Everywhere. And I believe that should put us to the rare, right? There's a lot of cards left in this pack. I have no idea what's in these packs. So, okay, so there we go. So there is our rare. Assemble the Legion. This is a card I don't think it's very much anymore, but it is a powerful card. If you've ever played a game of Commander and had someone drop this, I mean, turn 5 is still pretty good, but even earlier than that, that thing can do some work. But we still got 3 cards here. So I have no idea. I'm assuming... So this is our token. We know that, right? We saw the Sapperling. I'm assuming one of these is a foil. Do these come with guaranteed foils? We have... Okay, so an old bordered card. See, I'm figuring it out as we go. But an old border Skewer the Critics, which is very cool. This is also where I get to mention I am actually not a fan of old bordered cards. I personally think that it leads to a lot of legibility issues, and especially the white bordered ones can cause a lot of confusion and things like that. So I'm not a fan of old border. However, that being said, I do think the art for Skewer the Critics does look really good in old border. It looks like it's kind of fitting the aesthetic. Plus, Skewer the Critics is just a good card. So we'll put that in our fancy section. Then we got a foil. We have Macabre Waltz. Okay. Look, I think that's new art. I know Macabre Waltz, I think there used to be art of some dancing skeletons on it, but I don't think it was these dancing skeletons. So there's a foil. We still got one more. Oh, of course, obviously. It's Ravnica, right? We gotta have the gates. So very cool. We got a Dimir Guild Gate. Sweet. So at least now we know, though, if we're looking at, presumably, a foil, a fancy, and a rare, then we can remove the bottom two, right? Because that should be a gate and a token. See, this is where I'm going to mess things up. Alright. So we'll sneak a peek at this. Okay, so yeah, so it is a guild gate. So we will remove the bottom two. So we got a goblin token, and we got a Simic guild gate, which is fun. And then going through the commons, we got a Wojek bodyguard, Thrill Kill Assassin, which I'm a big fan of Unleash. If you haven't seen the Exava deck that we did recently on the channel, Unleash, very powerful, and it's gone up in my eyes quite a bit since then. We got Burn Bright, Drift of Phantasms, so Transmute, also a very good ability to have. Something that doesn't get brought up too often on the channel is if we're building for the Commanders Guild and we're working on that $100 budget, we don't often get access to a lot of tutor effects. So having things with Transmute that can tutor that are incredibly cheap is very, very useful and a great way to work in unique combos. So happy to have that one. We got a Summary Judgment. We got Downsize, which is another fun mechanic with Overload. Slitherhead. A Rampaging Rendhorn, and I think that puts us in the uncommons. It does. An Urbis Protector, which I think also has new art. That doesn't look familiar. A Dreadmalkin, which is fun. I do like a good zombie cat. We got an Overwhelm, which is also very good. Man, there are some heaters in this set, apparently. Alright, so now we get to the confusing part for me. So it should be rare, should be foil. No, rare, old border, foil, right? Alright, so here we go. Rare. Oh boy, okay. Liliana Dread Horde General. Not just a rare, but a mythic. Okay, so Liliana, very powerful card. I don't know if the reprint brought the price down, but I know at one point she was a very expensive card, so hopefully I'm not marking it up too much. But I do have one of my own personal decks that could use a Liliana. I have an Oathbreaker deck, actually. Nicol Bolas, not Super Friends, but like bad Super Friends. So Liliana can go in that. Our old border, speaking of guild gates, too, we got an old border Rakdos guild gate. That's actually kind of cool. I do like that. The colors look super sweet on that. I know it's tough to see on camera, but I think the black-red matches that super, super well. So let's put that one over there. And then our foil, we got, an old bordered Call of the Conclave. So 2-mana sorcery, make a 3/3. I mean, that's not terrible, right? It's not, like, phenomenal, but it's not bad. I think we put that in the foil pile instead of the fancy pile over here. All right, last pack then. I don't know if we can beat Liliana though. Let's be real, because that is a spicy one. All right. So next up though, we do get an immediate emblem for Domri Raid. So we'll set that aside, and then this one should be that is not a guild gate. Oh, baby, that is a Steam Vents. Okay. Apparently, it's either Shocklands or Guild Gates. So that is significantly better than an Is It Guild Gate, which is what I thought it was at first. So that is awesome. Very cool. We'll set that aside. And a weird side note, I suppose. I don't own a small amount of Shocklands, but the only Shockland that I actually own a full playset of is Steam Vents and Hollowed Fountain. If you can't tell, Jeskai being my 3-color combination favorite. So having another Steam Vents is always good, because I feel like I am always running out of Steam Vents. But I guess that takes a little bit of wind out of the sails. So we still got another rare in here. We'll get to that. We'll start with our commons, though. We have a Coiling Oracle, which is phenomenal. I love Coiling Oracle. Dogpile. Burglar Rat. Or if you ask Saffron Olive, it's probably a Bugler Rat. We have Gobhobbler Rats. 2 rats in a row. And another fun fact, when I was first getting my wife into Magic, she loved rats, so we built her a Rakdos rat deck. And that was the first time I'd ever heard of Gobhobbler rats. And it puts in a surprising amount of work. Next up, we have a Bulwark Giant. And again, I feel like I'm talking about every card in this pack, but one of my personal favorite commander decks is actually a Gideon deck. It's a Kithian deck, but every single card in the entire deck has Gideon either in the art, flavor text, or name of the card. And it may not look like it, but Bulwark Giant here has got a quote from Gideon on the bottom. So she is in the deck. Moving along, though, we got a Cloudfin Raptor, which is very cool. Also new art. Sweet. Rootborn Defenses. Ooh, that is a fun card. Indestructible, always very good. A Mortis Strider. I don't think I've ever seen that card in my life. We have a Fists of Ironwood, which is also very good, making tokens when it comes in. Okay, into our uncommons, we got a Sunhome Stalwart. We got a Light Up the Stage, which is phenomenal. We love a good Light Up the Stage. And a Boros Guildmage. So now there's only 2 cards left, right? Last time it was rare, old border, foil. So I'm assuming the rare was the Steam Vents, which took the place of the Guild Gate at the back. So that meant we had an extra common in the pack. So this should be the old border and this should be the foil. Is that how that works? Oh, okay. Nope. I don't know what's going on with these packs. So we have another mythic upshifted. Actually, I think this used to be a rare. Teferi Time Raveler. So very cool. We wound up getting 2 planeswalkers out of this set. So Teferi, also a card that I have a weird number of, considering I can't really play it anywhere. Because I don't really put it into commander decks very often, and I play a lot of Pioneer, and I obviously cannot play it in Pioneer. So I have a weird number of Teferi Time Ravelers and know where to put them. So an interesting addition. And then last but not least, of course, we have the foil, which is... Okay, so it's not a foil? So it's not a guaranteed foil in every pack? We just got really lucky with the first 2? So an old border Frilled Mystic, though, which is super sweet. Big fan of Frilled Mystic. An Elf Lizard Wizard, can't go wrong with that one. So overall, very happy with the packs. A huge thank you to the gifts that I was given there. Obviously our rares we did pretty well, all things considered. Didn't do too badly, I would say. So thank you all so much for watching. I know this was a little bit different than what we normally do. If you'd be interested in seeing more stuff like this in the future, please do let me know. I started to do this a while back, and then I stopped because it just kind of got away from me. So I'd like to continue to do more content in the future that is different than just the Commanders Guild. I am hoping to start up some D&D stuff soon, and then, of course, this opening here. So let me know what you think. Let me know if, like I said, you'd like to see more of it. Let me know down in the comments if there's any cards we opened today that you would like to see a deck made out of on the channel. I'm happy to do any of them, provided we can, of course, fit it into the budget, which I don't think anything here breaks the budget. The most expensive is probably the Shockland, so I think we're good. But yeah, other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the other side of the Dungeon Learner's Guide.